Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel again. Just lather up. Today I'm going to demonstrate what you can achieve with a little bit of patience, a bit of understanding and a few tools, basic tools. There's 3 razors today, and all of which came to me in pretty bad shape. Handles missing, blades covered in rust, and basically a fit for the bin, but with a bit of patience and I'll just show you what you can do. Okay, the first one, there was no handles on this little beauty. I used this for sculpting my tash. Now I'm pretty useless at DIY, but I bought a few tools and sets for making these scales and bought some pins. Some bullseye pins, and it took me quite a while to make these. The first, the point at the end of the scales here came up in a loop like this, but which looked pretty nice, you know, but from a practical point of view they were completely useless for stropping. You couldn't really hold them properly to strop your razor, so I've since learned that you've got to keep this part of the neck end of the scales pretty slim, and I've redone these wedge here. Well, this is not a wedge, it's what do you call them? There's a name for them anyway. And this one came into me with no scales, just a blade. So I had a pretty free run on this. So I decided to loop the end of the scales, but instead of this end, I did it at this end and shaped it and put a red liner inside. I think I've actually got these for sale. It's a Morley, yeah, Morley brand. Oversized pins. This blade was almost black. It was really deep pitting, which I've had to physically grind out. I think you can see them there, just there. You might be able to see some imperfections in the blade. And last but not least, this little devil. These are Bespoke handmade scales. These were actually made by one of my friends in Yorkshire, and this blade is with a spike point. It's completely lethal. It actually sticks out a little bit, so you've got to be extra careful with this. This has actually been cut down. It was actually about this long, was the razor, but it was all cracked and chipped. So we cut off the end of the razor blade and ground in a barber's notch, and now it's quite an attractive little deep blade. It's a Naresbury. You can see the name there. So we'll try this one first. As I say, I've got to be really careful with this. It's the bugger's nicked me a couple of times. But it's quite attractive. I've decided to keep this one. You don't really see many like this. Sounds like Postman Pat's here. Now this is the tricky bit, getting it lined up round your ear. You got to just feel your way in. And then here again. Is that our Postman Pat?
Something for you.
Pack and send. Yeah, that's for me. The good thing about these spike points is that you can get right in the corners, you know. Can get right underneath the tash. See, just caught. See there? You see that? Just there. Little bugger's nicked me. Every time, all you got to do is just turn the blade slightly in, just on the toe like that, and it's not gone deep. It's not deep. It's not a deep cut. It's just a nick, just a graze. But I like this razor. It's got a nice feel to it, you know. So there we have it. Once upon a time that was fit for the bin. And now it's shaped like a good one. Nice wood scales, double brass pins, nice razor. So we'll come on to the Morley. This is the, I don't know what the initials are. I know it's a Morley. W.H. Morley and Sons with the clover leaf. It's got a clover leaf emblem, you can just see it there. That's it. This is another really good razor. Extremely sharp. I quite like the red liner. I haven't put any spacer, that's it. It's called a spacer or a wedge. There's no spacer, there's no wedge. It's just a liner in there. And the wood is actually Coca-Cola wood, quite an exotic type of wood. So I spent quite a few hours messing around with this, but it was worth it in the end, you know. Got a nice finish to it. Again, you got a nice spike point, so you can actually get underneath into the corners. I think it's 11 o'clock. I don't know if you can hear in the background, all my clocks are going off. Hear them? 2 of the clocks are going off. Must be 11 o'clock. Oh, it was 12 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock. Where did that morning go? Okay, so that's the moly. Always wipe your blades. Don't leave any water on them because they'll rust in a heartbeat. So, just to finish off, I'm going to do a bit of sculpting around the old tash. Getting a bit long there now. So you can see the difference in the end here. This is what you call a spacer as opposed to a wedge. It's all the same width. Let's get the old goggles on for this. I know I've said this before, but I know it's just a tiny shallow blade, but you haven't to underestimate them. I've seen some guys on YouTube and they actually go up to the nose like that, you know. I would recommend that you never do that, otherwise you'll end up with a nose like a door knocker. We've got a problem area around here. I have a mole, it gets right in the way. There's not much I can do about that. There we go. And just separate the, I use a scooping, like scooping like that, twisting the blade for separating the tash. Just makes it look a bit neater. There we go. And this one's Michelek, F.Y. Michelek. Never heard of him. Oh, it's Kaiser Ellison. If you can see that there. And let's get a better grip on it. Kaiser Ellison. Really good make. I think these are actually double tempered when they're forged. So it's like harder steel. Which makes it a bit difficult to hone. But the upside is it keeps the edge longer. So there you have it. Amazing what you can do with a bit of patience and a bit of knowledge. Just a few tools. And considering I'm pretty useless at D.I.Y, I'm quite pleased with that. And it sits quite nicely as well. Okay, so that's what you can do. Even when you're like me and you're completely useless at D.I.Y, it's amazing what you can turn out. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch up with you at the weekend. Bye for now.